Hey, this is Michael with Digital T-Shirt Shop. So I'm looking at importing or adding a product. So I'm going to do two videos. One on this one's going to be adding a product. Another video is going to be doing a bulk import of products. So you can kind of see that process. But so I'm going to go. I'm in the admin of my BigCommerce site, and I'm going to go to from the dashboard to products and then add, and then within add, basically what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to actually add a product right now, I'm just going to talk about it. I'm going to give my product name. Now right in here I can put in pricing. I usually will put in the same price for default, uh, manufacturer price and sale price. My cost, I'll usually just keystone that. Um, even as far as cost goes, my cost may be different, but just kind of act as though I'm buying at wholesale. This really doesn't matter. Even all of this doesn't really matter. The only thing that really matters is that you have a default price in there, what you're selling it for. Um, Tax class. I just have a default tax class. It charges people for the state of Utah. If I had a special tax code, I would put it in there. I can specify what category it's going to go into, or I can create a new category and it'll add it. I can pick a parent that it's going to go under. Um, and it'll auto generate that category right there. If I wanted to generate my categories in advance, I'd come over here under product categories and generate them. And typically, I'll do that so that I know I've got all of my categories mapped correctly, and then I also know that I've got them linked to Google correctly. So I typically won't generate a category in here. Product type, it's a physical product versus downloadable. If it has a SKU, I'll put in a SKU. Um, Weights and measures, length, height, depth, weight, and this will actually help with auto calculating freight. Product description. Now you can go ahead and type everything in and use the WYSIWYG editor, or you can do it via HTML if you know that. But typically, the only thing that I've really had some problems with in here are frames. So like, or columns and rows, tables is what I mean. So when you come in and you put in a table here, uh, I've just had issues with it and actually controlling it, formatting it, things like that. So typically I've come in and I've done, and then also that gets large. So typically I've edited it with this, or I've taken it from there and I've put it into a Notepad and edited it in Notepad. Or if it was even more complex, I'd take it out of here and I'd put it into Dreamweaver and edit it in Dreamweaver. And then that way I kind of know that I've done it correctly based on the size and the scope and complexity of the table. Um, so there's that. And then down here with shipping, you can specify it's free shipping or fixed shipping, whether it's available or not, images and videos. So you can actually just drag them from a file and drop them in here and they'll show up. Or you can click on here and pull up your image. And once it uploads your image, you can add a description to your image. And this is always a good idea. It's an image. Google can tell it's an image, but doesn't know what the image is unless you name the image really well. But even with the image having a name instead of just letters and numbers as an image identifier, the description will actually help with search engine optimization. So ensuring that you have something that defines what that image is and it relates to the product that you're selling. So you can put as many images as you want in here, specify which one you want to be default. You can link to YouTube videos in here. Um, Inventory, everything's print on demand. I typically have the stock quickly with the t-shirts. Other things, so I do drop shipping of rings. The problem with drop shipping the rings is I don't know what the manufacturer has. They may have 100 one day, they may have none the next day. I mean, I really just don't know. I Because of that, oh, excuse me, I do not typically track inventory or put in specific numbers or anything like that here. I just leave it open ended that people can buy it, and there's no inventory to say I have this, that, or the other. Now, if I had things that I had one to sell or five to sell, I could put them in here and I could say track this product. And once I have sold all of them, I can go and delete the item off. It'll count down the inventory as it's sold. So, in options, so if I've gone in and I've done my product options in advance, I can come in here and I can just specifically select that. Now, kind of one of the differences here is that, um, for example, if I have put these in and I put the rules in advance, those rules will transfer over as well. So in this case, I picked an adult shirt. I have the rules already specified over here in product options. So when I pick the product option over here in the product, the rule you can see is already transferred over. So I have $2 more and 2 ounces more for 2XL shirts. Um, Custom fields, if I wanted to add custom fields, other details, this is where I can specify the brand. This is where I can put in meta tag information. This is also where I can map the Google listing on this so that this shows up in my Google feed. So in this case, I would check this box. I would pick whatever category it's going into. I can specify, uh, you know, who the shirt's for. And this is kind of interesting information here as far as the Google feed goes. Google has some kind of specific ways that they like things formatted. The best thing to do is I might do a separate video on it, but because as I looked for it, it was actually really kind of hard to find it. Um, but they like things kind of formatted certain ways, the way that they like to see things. For example, let's say you have 10 different colors. They don't like 10 different colors listed, maybe 3 different colors. And if I remember right, for example, they like you to use a backslash between them. So like maybe I listed those 3 colors. Typically, they like a single size. I've still gone ahead and put in small, medium, large, extra large, extra large, extra large type of material. It's a cotton t-shirt and the pattern, let's say it's Hawaiian. This is one field that I'm still not completely sure about the pattern. It's or maybe it's a novelty t-shirt. So um, anyhow, those are the ones that I would fill out. I would definitely make sure that I used the page title, descriptions, keywords, and then if you had bulk pricing options, and then at that point you just save it. Your product's in there. So um, it, this is what's kind of hard about having a store is getting the products on there. It takes time. If you think about adding every single product one at a time, and this is after making sure you have mock-ups of those images. Now, I'm working with a neighbor on starting a new website that will actually help generate mock-ups called robomox.com. Um, robomox.com will be able to help generate those mock-ups. It's just that we just don't have the site completely up yet. Robomox.com. But when it does, you'd actually be able to take your product. So whether it was a blank T-shirt, take your design. So you can take your different colors, and it'll auto-generate all the variations of your products. So that'll actually be coming soon. The site's up, just the features aren't 100% working yet. So we're just finishing up those details. So But that's basically how you would add a product on to BigCommerce. You know, this is one of the reasons why I like the bulk uploading options, is because I can format things the way that they, consistently, that makes it easy for me to put a lot of products on at one time and simplify this data entry process. Because a lot of this information is just kind of the same. It just needs to be formatted a little bit differently. And a lot of that can be done from a spreadsheet. And so I'll make a little video about that as well a little bit later. And then if you do a type of image mockup and you have some consistency in how those image mockups are created, that helps as well. So um, there you go. This is Michael with Digital T-Shirt Shop, and love to have you subscribe to our channel. Thanks. Bye bye.